happens to one person get pounded in the face. At 8? I feel like this plan kind of sucks with Pete not being able to see and they're like right up by the rocks. At least he is holding something.
What's up, early people? Ooh,
wait.
Scared the crap out of myself with that music change
Pretty
there.
late.
Pretty late, really late. It's really early, contrary to what Josh just said there. Woo! It does feel extra early this morning. Be coming your way after the surf session plays. I'm almost fairly certain that we're live because I thought I heard it. So I can go. Hopefully. We'll find out. Play.
Oh,
there we go. Looks like we're live. I mean, you guys will tell me as soon as I turn the chat on. Although the chat lady's even on strike this morning. She's like, it's too early. Whoop!
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
Oh yeah, I forgot where my where's my music? Oh yeah, this is more. Oh, I don't have my music. I'm gonna have to go get my music. I'm gonna put you guys on. I'm gonna walk over there and go grab my music. This is what happens when you try to do the early morning thing and you're not 100% totally ready for it. Let me go grab my little music box and then we can do this thing properly. Stand by. I'll be right back, I swear.
PG Sidekick says, hey.
Hey, I did not get your email. You did not send it to blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. Hold on. I'm going to walk like right there. I'm going to grab some music, the little thing that triggers the music, and I'll be right back.
Waylongic says, good morning, everyone.
It's the morning.
At Joni BC says you're not late at all early. In fact, fingers crossed chat lady will cooperate with Pete. Kazuna Koyama says you are Ali.
Back to you. There we go. Here it is. And
At James Gardner PZ3RL says hi.
Hi, what's going on? Good morning. Tried this yesterday for the very first time, and it went kind of crazy. Like we did extraordinarily well. Here, can I just fire off my music just for S's and giggles? Let's press this button, see if it works. There we go.
American Ferret says, how are we all doing?
We are feeling like it's really early. Banana always tells me if I feel a certain way, then I look a certain way. And I feel extra tired this morning. So she got me this fancy eye cream that she told me that I need to... I do this before most of my videos, actually. She says, put that on and it'll make it so your eyelids don't look all baggy. So, I don't know who makes it. I don't know what it is.
Good morning. James
Good morning to everyone.
James Gardner PZ3RL says, am I late?
No, I just got here, James. You were about a minute into this thing. Whew. Yeah, I don't know why.
Kazuna Koyama says, all live.
It's I actually got a good night's.
669 says, isn't it like 5 a.m. there?
It's like 6 a.m. And is your username?
Says, I found you through your video on Instagram where someone asked a stupid question about why you have lights on.
I mean, people ask stupid questions in a lot of my videos.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. So this stuff is going to make me look like I slept more than I did. That's apparently what this is supposed to do.
BC says it's 0610 Pacific Daylight Time.
I have a session at 7:30 this morning for some movie trailers, but I asked him.
8 says I thought your answer was priceless.
Well, I can be pretty snarky, and then some people appreciate the snarky answers, and then some people get really pissy about it, and they're like, "You're being a dick" to all the people that are genuinely asking you questions, and that's the thing.
8 says 6:11 a.m. in Washington State.
I don't think that they are asking genuine questions sometimes. Hey, what's up? I'm a goober. It's a good username. I'm a goober. Yesterday we had a new follower on Twitch. I don't know why the username stuck with me, but Crystal Coconut, just kind of like
2003 says hi.
Lenovo fan from all the way over in Germany. What's going on?
Love you, bro. From
Thank
Australia.
Appreciate that. Ooh, we
At
got the
Redskins
Australia
says,
people
"I know
going
you from
again.
somewhere."
You know me from
At
somewhere.
Arts or Chadberkey says you're the GOAT.
It's funny
At
about that
James
is
Gardner PZ3RL says it's like 912.
it used to be like people would know me.
Says double.
People would know me from like my voice acting. They're like, I recognize your voice. I recognize your voice. And that's what I've been conditioned when someone's like, I recognize you from something. I'm like, well, it has to be my voice, right? And these days, after, 1.3 billion video views, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe you've actually seen me somewhere. That was kind of a fun show yesterday, wasn't it? We had banana. God, I was talking about, have you ever called a girlfriend the wrong name? And there I go calling Nisha Banana. But we had Nisha stop by. It was only her second time ever on the show. And I made a reference yesterday. The very, very, very first time she came in the show, I didn't have the chat lady working. The chat lady was non-functional at the time. Well, I didn't even have it. And so she, hey, thanks for the follow over on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, by the way, horizontal and vertical. If you're in the vertical side of things, you should probably come on over to Twitch because, then we can do this thing properly. Oh, please don't be an early morning session already. Hold on. Hold on. It is Gmail. Oh man, what did I do? All right, I can do 7:45. So we're gonna take this thing to 7:30 our time, my time, and right now it is oh, I don't know, 6 something. Hello, 6:13 a.m. All right, so we can go for an hour and 17 minutes. Let's see how much fun we can squeeze into an hour and 17 minutes. And Nisha, yesterday was only her second time here, and I think she had fun. She was dancing with Petey the Penguin, interacting with you guys. Lola was on, doing all the bits and stuff. We had super chats coming in. We actually had a raid while she was here. We basically, she's like, this is like a video game. She's like, doing the show is like being in a video game. No wonder you think it's so much fun.
In Australia, haha, so going to bed, bro.
Oh, that's kind of funny. 11 p.m. in Australia.
Says, I see the dog next to you. Sorry, I'm not very good at remembering names.
That's Steve. Steve doesn't mind me doing the morning show because he just wakes up a couple rooms away. And then he comes in here and he just falls asleep again.
He says, holy cow, it is the blind surfer. Never knew I could actually chat to you.
You can. We are doing it right now.
Says, I missed last stream.
Oh, well.
At Unholidfogsty says, good night, Dan. Happy to hear from you.
Good night. What is good night?
Koyama says Nisha is a cheat. She was super cute.
She's a cheat? She's not a cheat. She did have a lot of fun here, though. What was I saying? The first time she was ever here, someone wrote out a bad word in other words. They wrote it in like 2 different words, and she leans forward. I'm asking her to like read the chat for me, and she just reads it and then didn't realize what she said. I'm like, oh no. So that was the last time she was ever on the show. It's not like we banned her from the show for that or anything. It's just that we have disparate schedules, so we're not always together. But yesterday being Banana's last day of vacation, me and Brooks decided to hang out and do our thing. We invited Nisha along. She got to come on the show. My cousin Mike called in. That was the first time you guys ever heard from a family member. I might turn that into a short. He was talking about some of the adventures that he and I took when we were younger. And let's see. So I started doing this last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, Tuesday. I started last Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is the 10th day in a row. 10th day in a row of streaming, which is, hey, look at that.
Idcom9 just followed.
Thanks, Idcom9. I appreciate that. I think I was petrified to do the mornings because I didn't think anybody would be here, but we just got to follow on Twitch at Pete Gustin. Highly recommend you come on over to there. It's, the chat in Twitch has been super cool because everybody basically hangs out for the whole show and everybody's getting to know each other. Some of the people that have met each other in the chat are actually taking vacation to go hang out with each other at some point in the near future, which I think is kind of funny. So want to know how tight this community is? That's how tight this community is. So if you want to be a part of it, you want to come, don't miss any shows, come on over to Twitch at Pete Gustin. And I think after all, basically I was doing all these shows all this time to try and figure out some sort of a schedule that would work for me. Like, what is a good broadcast schedule? It was nice that I was doing 2 days a week, but I felt like I wanted to do more. What I think I'm going to do, if you guys want to pencil this down, maybe I'll update my schedule on Twitch, which is where you can put your like week schedule. I think I might go back to my regular Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, because that was working for Brooks and it was working for Banana. I think we'll do 6 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I think I'll do this morning thing on Thursday and Friday. So like 6:10, however long it takes me to roll in here and hit go on all the equipment on Thursday and Friday. And believe it or not, I think I might actually take a day off. I might actually take Mondays off. Thank you.
Big Paper Hacks just followed.
It said Big Papy Hacks. I bet you it was Big Poppy Hacks. Ooh, does that mean that you're a Red Sox fan, Big Poppy? I mean, because Big Poppy used to take some big hacks at the ball. I could be like way off base
Question
here.
about going blind being scary. I just wanted to say, you are awesome. Thank you.
Let's see if
Big Pappy Hack says yes, it is.
Oh, well.
Big Pappy Hack says yes.
All right. Nice. So
My husband says don't overwork yourself because of us. You already do enough.
but I'm addicted. I have a bit of a, I've been called a workaholic in the past, but working makes me happy. And this isn't, I guess you could call this work.
Catheter 669 says love the emotes.
Catheter. Oh yeah.
Waylonvic says 13 ppl on Twitch.
Um,
Kylan Anonymous 1 says hi.
I'm glad you guys. It's not reading the emotes to me for some reason. It doesn't read them out loud. I don't know why this chat lady doesn't read the emotes, but the emotes are cool. There's an emote on Twitch. Once you follow me on Twitch, you get custom emotes. One of them is me holding my unboxing.
Catheter 669 says it's Cat Hatter lol.
Cat Hatter.
Big Pappy Hack says you're one of my favorite
Like
PPL
Cat in
to
the
watch
Hat
on YouTube.
and Mad Hatter. I get it. Okay.
Blind Surfer PG Sidekick says I sent you the art. Hope this time it works.
Yeah, but you think you sent it again? You think you sent? Did you try it again? I'm gonna look one more time. So my email, which for some reason people have a really really hard time typing in, and it shouldn't be that hard, is hold on, my YouTube is playing at the same time. I'm going to go to my mail. I'm going to go to, I'm in Gmail, so I want to go to blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. And, nope, you didn't send it. There's no email from you on blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. If you want to send it there. There's also like 10 other emails of me that you can find online if you go to my Linktree, linktree.com/Pete Gustin. The only one I'm comfortable giving out on air, because once you say a username on air, it's like everywhere. That's why if you just saw there was a boatload of email messages. So if you can't figure out how to type Blind Surfer Show, all one word, no spaces, no capitals, just Blind Surfer Show, and then the little @ symbol, and then Yahoo, and then a period. The period stands for dot is period, com after that. If you can't figure that one out, go over to the Linktree, linktree.com/Pete Gustin. It's the link in all my bios. And there's another thing for Contact Pete, which will give you one of my more personal email addresses. But anyway, Big Poppy Hacks. Congratulations to, I know this isn't a sports show, it's also not a Boston show, but I like sports and I'm from Boston. But last night / yesterday, the Red Sox tied their franchise record. Back in the 40s. They had won 15 games in a row, and they tied that yesterday after being on track to lose 100 games. They completely turned things around, coincidentally or not, as soon as they shipped Roman Anthony down to Florida. But they won 15 games in a row, and then the next game, they did double. The next game they lost that when they lost the 16th, but it was a pretty amazing way to turn the season around. I'm sure everybody in the city of Boston is very happy about that. Maybe it was Banana. Maybe Banana being back in Boston brought some good mojo to town. She's going to be coming back tonight.
4950 says, hey, this is the first time I've ever seen you live. I love your channel so much.
That's
I've
cool.
been a fan for a long time.
I appreciate that. This is my new early schedule.
BC says G-Day, Australia.
Get it. Look at that.
Big
Now,
Pappy Hack says I'm nowhere near Boston. By the way, I'm just a Boston fan.
all right, that's cool.
Waylonvic says, V, how do you navigate your microwave buttons?
My microwave buttons. I had Banana put little. If we bought those 10 years ago. I forgot to celebrate. I've been in San Diego. What's today? The 23rd. I moved to San Diego on July. I moved. Banana and I moved. I wasn't alone. We moved to San Diego on July 20th. Oh, I know why my eyes are so dry. It looks like I'm having troubles here. I got fans pointed. You ever get that feeling like just like the lightest bit of air blowing on your eye makes your eyes dry out? I've got 2 fans because it's hot as all whale balls in here. And I've got 2 fans pointed at me and they're making my eyes dry. I'm just going to let them recover for a second and put the glasses on. So we moved to San Diego July 20th, 2016. So what's today? July 23rd. So I've been here for 10 years and 3 days and I have not yet made it back to Boston. But the move out here, it was so we moved out here July 20th.
Mad_Honker just cheered 200 bits.
Thanks, Mad
Good
Honker.
morning, Pete.
Good morning.
Great to see you,
Good
but
morning.
chat doesn't show up. It just says skip message.
What does that mean? I mean, I can hear the chat.
Bail on them. That's how it came.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me know.
Select all. Pause TTS. Button.
No. Hold on. I can fix that.
Skip message. Button.
No.
Pause TTS. Button.
No. Oh, it's upside down. I gotta turn my. Hold on. Let me take this thing out of here.
At Drastic Plastic 253 says is Banana's real name Banana? Show chat feed. Button. Show chat feed. Button.
Chat feed. There we go.
My Samsung makes happy 20 I power in the start into
Ow.
shall I go for game?
Steve just decided
The
to
Glint
like.
husband says I cannot sleep without a fan in my room,
There
even
we
if it's
go.
65 degrees.
Some
At
I had
Johnny
a-
BC says BTW, you're wearing my favorite shirt. I have the same one. It was a birthday gift from my son in
what I
2019.
think I grabbed Save the Chubby Unicorns. Look at LT. I love it.
Yolanda
Actually,
says no, it's Jaggy.
I feel bad when people have to pay money to give me technical support.
At Johnny BC says Banana is her nickname.
But yes, mornings, I might not be 100% together. Steve, stop kicking me.
Alejandra says wonder if there's some device that would translate chat and alerts to Braille system.
Why the F would I want that? Like, what would be the point of that? Why would I want the chat to be in
Pat
Braille?
Max says what's the funniest thing you've got out of fan mail?
Just to make my life like more difficult. Can you imagine if the chat? Well, the way I have the chat working right now, since Mad Hunker just pointed out to me that I had the wrong screen up. I had the control screen as opposed to the chat screen. Stop kicking me, Steve. He keeps giving me a Charlie horse. If I was sitting here like trying to do that would just take me back to what all the other streamers do. All the other streamers that don't use chat, they sit here and they're talking, and they pause, and they stare at the screen, and then they read it, and then they respond, and they're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then nobody has any idea what the chat message was unless the person repeats the chat, which they rarely ever do. So I kind of think that what we got going on here is a pretty superior way of doing it. Plus, I don't know Braille, so having a Braille chat would make absolutely no sense whatsoever. When we moved here, July 20th, 2016, everything went so wrong, so bad. The house wasn't built quite right. The air conditioning was stuck on heat, and we moved here during a heat wave, and it was on like the hottest it would go, like whatever that is, like 90, whatever an inside forced air heat system goes to, like 90 degrees or something. That's what it was stuck on. And we had people in here building my studio, and it was 90 degrees outside, and the air conditioning was blowing 90, and those poor guys, they had like industrial fans in here just trying to blow at them, and then nothing was wired in my studio correctly. And it was like, I went to bed a couple nights like on the verge of tears. I was like, this isn't working out. I want to go back to Boston. So we moved here July 20th, 2016. And I didn't leave the house. The first time I got out of the house wasn't until August. So 11, 12, 13 days, something like that. I was just sitting in the house trying to deal with all the technical problems. And I was like, I don't know if this is worth it. I think I want to go back to Boston. But we stayed, and I'm thankful for it. I absolutely love it. Videos. I cut the last half of the last word. Sound like you said videos. Going to be here until about 7:30 my time this morning.
Waylonvik says it takes like 2 years to read Braille fast.
Well, the Braille instructor that I
Kimberly Hudson
had
says, wow, that's crazy.
said that I wouldn't be able to read Braille at the speed I need to speak for many, 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 many years, if at all. That's something that, like, if you...
3052 says, hello, Pete.
Hello, what's going on? If you develop that skill, like, young, you can get, like, pretty good at it. But trying to learn it as an adult, the Braille instructor I had said it would be very, very difficult, if possible at all, for me to learn how to do, to read Braille
Z3RL says, okay.
at the speed at which I would need to do it for voice acting, like a
Joni
speaking.
BC says that's a long way
rate.
off if it worked for Pete's type of blindness, and there was a guarantee of absolute privacy. He probably would.
I don't know what that was. This is me. This is what happens when I put the chat on quiet
James
for too
Gardner
long.
PZ3RL says, how are you?
What is the lowest tip you have ever given?
William Sawyer F1Z says, would y'all like to hear a Bible verse?
No.
The _blind _skier just followed.
What up, the blind skier? I appreciate that. So when my cousin Mike called last night, he was actually telling stories of when I was legally blind at the time, and I used to ski with him, and I forgot about this. I was just a little kid. I was like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, and my cousin Mike, who used to take me on all sorts of adventures, would just kind of get out in front of me and start skiing, and I would just get in right behind him. I'd just get right, like, that's what I did. I couldn't see anything other than him. So I'd get in behind him and just kind of like follow him down the slope. That's how I used to ski. little difficult to do in the world of surfing. You can't exactly get in behind another surfer. I'm fiddling. I dug into my, I haven't worn my wedding ring all week, just 'cause I kept forgetting about it. Found that, and then next to it, I found this massive, huge, like if I got into a fight, I'd want to be wearing this thing. I don't know if that's upside right or upside down, but there's a company that measures the top radio voices in the country, and it's called Benstown. And every year they do a list of their top 50 voice actors. So it's the biggest voices in radio imaging. And I've made that list, I think, like 8, 9, 10 times, basically almost every year that it's been out, because you guys can hear me on so many radio stations around the country. Basically, if you got a radio in your state, you can probably find me. And they send different they usually send the same trophy. It's this kind of like cute trophy that has like the little robot guy on it. But this past year, when I got named to the top 50 radio voices in the country, they sent this like massive ring, which I don't think feels cheap. Oh, now it's stuck. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty crazy. But I was asking, what is the lowest amount of money that you have ever tipped a server at a restaurant? Last night, me and Brooks and Nisha and Brooks and I, if you wanted to be particular about it, went to the same restaurant that we go to all the time. We went to our favorite restaurant just down the street, and we had the strangest experience. We got down there and we sat there, and we didn't see the server for like 15 minutes. Nisha finally went in and grabbed her, and she came out and she took our order, and then another 20 minutes goes by, and she comes out and she just kind of mutters at us, kind of repeating back a portion of the order that we'd put in. And we all are like, what? Like, I thought when something like that happens, I figure I'm visually missing something. Like, I don't know, maybe she's like holding up a pad with the something on it. So she ends up walking away, and I'm like, what did I miss? What happened? They're like, you didn't miss anything. She's making no sense, like, at all. So we waited to see if, because she's like, hold on, be right back. And we thought she was going to go in and start getting the order ready for us. And she just disappeared, completely disappeared. So we sat at the same spot for 45 minutes. We didn't get water. We didn't get drinks. We certainly did not get our food. And Nisha went in to tell her that we were leaving. And she's like, hey, it seems like it's a little busy, even though it's not. We were like there was one other person there. Nisha started to say it like, seems like it's a little busy. And the woman, this is what Nisha said, covered her ears and was like, it's too much. And Nisha's like, okay. So we just basically just got up and left. It was the strangest experience I've ever had at a restaurant with a server in my entire life. And then we decided to go to another restaurant, which was just up the street. But this area that we live in, so you guys know we did the show pretty late last night. This area that we live in is such an early town, like most of the restaurants close at like 9. Some of them kind of make it open till 10, but it was 8:45 when we were driving towards another Mexican place, and Nisha decided to Google it, and they were going to close in 14 minutes. We're like, oh my God. It's Banana likes to say in this beach community, people just start to day drink. They wake up early. Go to the beach, go surf, and they start drinking. So restaurants close at 9 because basically everybody's just in bed at 9 o'clock anyway. So yeah, we didn't even make it to a restaurant last night. We attempted. We went to one, couldn't get served. Then we tried going to another one. They were going to be closed. So we got to-go burritos. We brought the burritos home and just ate them here at the house after the show last night.
The Glint husband says, good morning. I hope you're having a great one.
It's hard to say this early. Like, is it great yet? It's just, the day's just getting started. Talking about my weird evening last night. And it got me thinking about, so we didn't.
Kimbo14 says I ordered box.
Kimbo14 just cheered 200 bits. I ordered box 1 of soap cause my neighbor and kid really liked it. Once it comes we are going to trade with each other for our favorites.
Oh, nice.
But it's 7-year-old approved, which is pretty hard to do, lol.
Banana did tell me. Ooh.
The _blind_creep just followed.
It's an interesting username right there. The blind creep. I guess I like the one. Made me giggle. And thank you, Kimbo, for the super chat, and thank you also for ordering. I think I got that order right after the show. She ordered a box of Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap, which of course
Blind
is...
Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
Banana did tell me that she thought it would be super fun for kids. We haven't marketed towards kids specifically yet. We haven't marketed towards anybody specifically yet. By the way, the Blind Creep followed on Twitch. I highly recommend you do that on Twitch. It's at Pete Gustin, and I will be able to hear your username and probably giggle about it, because all the user names over there kind of like make me giggle every time. But yeah, Kimbo, I saw / heard your order. God, my eyes are dry this morning. It's the stupid fan up there. It's killing me. And I actually already put the label on the box, and the USPS guy will be grabbing it today. That should go out later today, maybe first thing tomorrow morning. I remember when I used to ride my bike, I think it's been like a lifelong thing. My eyes are always dry in the morning. When I used to ride my bike to work, when I could still see well enough to ride my bicycle, I used to have to wear, even when it was like dark, like first thing in the morning in Boston, I would wear clear shooting glasses, because riding a bike in the morning when my eyes are dry, I'd be pedaling along and just be like streaming tears. And part of me was because my eyes were dry, and the other part was like, I don't like riding my bicycle in the middle of the city in the middle of the winter. This sucks. There was no Uber, there was no Lyft, not when I was having to get myself into work every day. So I literally rode a bicycle through the city of Boston, half blind, in the cold weather, in the winter, in the snow, in the rain. I had Nokian tires on my bicycle. I don't know if you guys I don't know how many of you are into biking, period, or know about these. I don't know who would or why, but they're regular bike tires with, I think there were carbon fiber studs on them. They had little spikes on the wheels. And that's because I couldn't see much of anything. I could basically see cars if they were coming at me, and I could see the shape of a person if they stepped in front of me. But if there was black ice on the road, I was definitely not going to be able to see that.
Maddie Brown just cheered 200 bits. I'm starting a different scent today at my work. It's the one you use on set, which is a blue scent.
All right. Hey, no way.
Hype train started.
All right, we started a hype train. You guys know what that means. Hype train on Twitch, and then you're going to have to remind me what the heck I was talking about. I'll put the chat up. I'm going to switch to my... Whoa.
Says, good morning, all.
I'm going to switch to my other microphone, which there we go. And with the hype train started, I got to set a timer.
Screaming Drag 0 and says good
set
morning.
Timer for 4 minutes.
At 47 Sage 73 says, oh snap, it's Optimus Prime.
All right, so we got 5, but I'm giving it 4.
Fell over.
I'll get him in a second. I gotta get my hype train going.
Says you were talking about your bike.
I know, but I gotta do the hype train.
Blind_surfers_dad just followed.
No, you're not. That's not my dad. But I appreciate the follow. And that's what we gotta do right now. So if we're gonna get the hype train going. If we're gonna get the hype train going, we gotta do stuff over on Twitch. You can follow me. You can add bits. You can subscribe. You can chat. Say hello.
Says thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Amy 2091 says joining from work. Thanks for the calming presence.
I'm trying to keep it chill this morning.
5357 says love your voice, Blind Surfer.
Brooks said that a big part of my appeal
Shiny says suck, how are you?
is my calming voice.
Says good morning from
Wow. The chat's going cuckoo this morning. I can't believe everybody is awake and paying attention to this silly show at this hour. We're in the middle of a hype train. Last night, we made it to level 3. All the way to level 3. Whoa, South Africa.
Says Steve knocks him over at
I know. Steve keeps knocking over.
434 says, Daddy, I need you to tuck me in.
That's weird. Just a weird thing to say. Illinois. Let's see. Do I work in Illinois?
PG Sidekick says send it to your personal email. 14 says I set an alarm for the stream low.
Hold on, what's that? I want to find a different song. How about not that one? There we go. There's another good song. Hype train, all aboard the hype train. And I will fix PD right after the hype train is over. Thank you.
Saracum 7808 just cheered 200 bits.
Thank you.
Got to do a ton of math today at work, so gotta focus. But hey everyone.
Math sucks. When I went to college, I went to Boston University, and I was studying communications, and the short nickname for the college was COM for communications, and they called it the College of Optional Math, because we only had one math requirement. I never liked math. I liked English.
Kimbo 14 says good luck.
I liked science. Science is math, but I didn't like regular old math. Numbers are not fun.
The
But
Banner says this is 4:35 EU time.
whoa, wait, 4:35.
5580 says good morning from Houston.
Good morning,
The
Houston.
Banner says PM.
Oh, okay, that's what I figured. And did we? No, we're just gonna be stuck on level 1. That's fine. I mean, just gives me the opportunity to grab
At James
this
Gardner
microphone
PZ3RL says hi Steve.
and talk to you guys
At
for a
Cupid Up
quick
says
minute.
math sucks in the deepest voice possible lol.
Math
Madison says
sucks.
mathematication is hard.
Mathematication is hard. Nobody likes math. Not even people that like math. They don't really like it. And for the person who said they were in Illinois, if you're looking to hear me on the radio, as this ring indicates, I'm one of the top radio imaging voices in the country, technically in the world, but you can hear me on WLS AM, home of your Chicago Fire. That's over in Chicago, Illinois. And let's see, put you guys back up. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. There we
Blind
go.
_surfer _creepy _uncle just followed.
Now we got a blind surfer creepy uncle. I don't want a creepy uncle. But that person.
7808 says thanks Kimbo.
Thank you, Kimbo.
At Cupid Up says got it.
Thank you, Kimbo, for ordering
Kimbo
that
14
second
says that's
box.
crazy.
I think Kimbo ordered the last box number 1 until Banana
7808 says hey Matea. What
comes
up,
back today
At
and
Rosa
starts
says, "Can you do
making.
an epic voice guy homage and say views?"
No,
At 12
that's
Seahawks
just silly.
says tell me in listening to Dave and Chuck the Free.
Oh, yeah,
Waylonvic says boo I don't like sports teams in charge.
that I do all the time. You're listening to Dave and Chuck the Freak on 101 WRIF. It's Friday. Oh, it's a Thursday. I'll do their It's Friday thing tomorrow when it's actually Friday. All right, we did not make it out of level 1 and into level 2. I'm going to go back to where's my microphone? There it is. Go back to my regular microphone. We shall kill the music and stop. See, we can't get out of level 1 of the hype train unless Lola is around, because Lola's the one that drops, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's you can get there with just a lot of activity, like a whole bunch of people chatting, but it also helps if Lola comes in and drops like 20 or 30 subscriptions at a time. But smart for her, she does not want to wake up early, unlike us crazy people who are here at this hour, depending on where you are. In Europe, this time is working out because it's like afternoon.
Imazines just followed.
Thank you, Imazines. I appreciate the follow. It's nice to pick up a whole bunch of new people in the morning. All you crazy morning people who want to hear me prattle on about nonsense. People keep asking what this show's about, and like I couldn't possibly describe it. It's about us. It's about we're just hanging out and communicating and talking and chatting and basically whatever you guys want to talk about or whatever nonsense happened to me the day before. But I feel like people like it. I mean, I'm having a good time.
Says hi, Steve.
Steve, is he still here?
Says, thank
Oh,
you.
I said it was.
I
I said it was.
appreciate that. Waylonvic says I make so many typos in chat.
Here we go.
At 47 Sage 73 says face.
Face.
At Metro Roses says said hi.
Hi. There we
Kimbo
go.
14 says see ya in a bit, Sarah.
All right.
Blog says I've been watching your YouTube channel since I was 10. I'm turning
Whoa.
15 now. Thank you
Well,
for your positive, funny,
I
and
guess that
fantastic
makes sense.
content. It has
Hey,
helped
that's
me a
good
lot
to hear.
throughout the years.
I appreciate
Fan
that.
2003 says it's
At Mecca Roses tipped 5 Swiss francs through Super Chat.
Ooh.
Can you give us a Jet 2 holiday?
What's a Jet 2 holiday? You just paid all that money, and I don't know what a Jet 2 holiday is, and I've never had a Swiss franc before. I'm actually gonna have to hold on. I'm gonna close YouTube.
Blind _Sufas _dinner just followed.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Oh shoot, what is? Close YouTube. What is she? It's just a Jet. Hold on, I'm just gonna put the regular chat in. Put it in the regular chat. What is a Jet holiday? I mean, I'm probably not going to do it
Perkins
because
says hope your day's been good so far, brother, even though it's only about to 7 o'clock. Have a good man.
yeah, my day's been 41 minutes so far. It hasn't been bad. Yesterday, when I try and
Blog says Jet 2 holiday is a meme.
oh
Kimbo 14
well,
says Jet 2 holiday is a meme.
okay. I mean, I can't exactly, I'm not so hot at memes. They're 100% visual, and I'm 100% not visual.
At
So
Dona
that's
DC says Jet2 holiday is inexpensive travel. Waylonvik says it's a popular commercial.
okay.
Kazuna Koyama says I'm still trying chatbot to say alive instead of alive.
You got it. You got alive. I think it just said alive. I've had like 5 stories that I started, and I keep stopping myself.
At Metro Rosa says it's a meme about an ad.
Okay. I mean, I do a lot of ads. I wonder if it's an ad that I did. I can't remember. I read so much stuff. I read so much copy, and I'm in it. Like
2026 says hello.
hello, I'm like 100% in it. Like when I'm reading my copy, I 100% am. I want to see if the
Blind Surfer PG Sidekick says it's actually fun 6. Lenovo Fan 2003 says nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
I keep
She
she keeps telling me that oh, if it's a sound, I could possibly do a sound, but I don't know. She keeps telling me that she emailed me something. I have like 7 different email addresses.
Basically goes nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Oh, I guess that
says
makes
no,
sense.
it's by Australian women.
Okay. But I
says the lady
have
in the ad
nothing
sounds
in
very
my
lively and
emails.
excited, and it turned into a meme.
Oh, all right, that makes
My
sense.
name is Amber Harris 5580 says Jet2 holiday says nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Nothing beats a
That's
Jet2 holiday. I'd have to check it out. I'm gonna finish one of my stories. So I said, what's the lowest amount that you've ever tipped anybody? I had a girlfriend back when I was in Boston. Well, I wouldn't call her a girlfriend. I couldn't afford this girl to have her be my girlfriend. Would have been very difficult to afford her because we dated, I don't know, for like a month or so, and she was in the food industry. She was a manager of was it the Ritz or the Four Seasons? I think Ritz or Four. I think geez, I can't remember now. I think it was the Ritz. She was like the food manager at the Ritz, and it was a very high end position at a high end place, and she was very much into high end food. Every time we went out. You ever go to one of those steak places where you order the steak and all you get is the steak? Like, you know, you order like the filet mignon, you just get the filet mignon, and then you have to order sides, and it's like sides that are too big for you, so you have to share them with the table. So, of course, you have to make everybody at the table like the same stuff, which is a pain in the butt. Like, what sides do you want? Like me, I guess I like rice pilaf, I like macaroni and cheese, I like caprese salad. I don't like broccoli. I don't like green beans. I don't like stuff like cream spinach is pretty good. But anyway, you know, it's one of those places where you get the filet mignon or the prime rib or something, and just the meat is like $60. Then you're ordering sides for like $20 or $30, and then you get drinks, and those are like $18 to $22 sometimes. So by the time you're done, the meal's like $220. And this is, I mean, yeah, I was employed. I was doing pretty good, but I wasn't like crushing it back then. So $220 to go out. And then, you know, what would you tip on 220? I always, as a rule, I do 20%. So that'd be $44. So it'd be $264, which is a hell of a lot for one night. And this girl wanted to go out like Friday and Saturday or Friday and Sunday. I'm like, oh my God. But she didn't want to just do the 50% or the 20% tip. She wanted to do 50%. And like I said, it would have been one thing if we were going out to like TGI Fridays and our bill was $50 and she wanted to tip 25. Like it still would have been annoying, but like that's manageable. But and she was adamant about it. She's like, you don't understand how much these people rely on their tips. You know, it's very important to them that they get tips. So we'd go out for a $220 meal. Then she, you know, because it wasn't my choice. I couldn't like help myself. I couldn't fill out the receipt by myself. So I'd have to hand her, you know, I'd give the server my credit card. They'd bring the credit card back with a piece of paper, and then she'd fill it out. And she's like, I'm putting 50%. It wasn't a question. She told me, she's like, I'm putting 50%. And so a $220 meal should do a $110 tip. Now we're at $330. And like I said, I dated this girl for like a month, maybe 5 weeks or so. And it was like $300 a meal twice a week, $600 a week. It was like $2,400 just to date this girl for the first month, and that was like just to eat out. I'm like, this is unsustainable. Like I need to be way more rich to date this girl. So that was the second most that anybody I was ever with tipped.
Kimbo14 says, oh no, that's kinda a jerk move on her end.
It was, but like in her mind, it like wasn't even a question. She was just like. She's like, well, this is what you do. This is how you help out the servers.
I did it once with a family member and haven't since.
See, out of context.
8742 says ouch.
Out of context, it's a weird message. You did it once with a family member.
At Smart Murderer tipped $5 through Super Chat. Any tips for surfing? I'm going to the Gold Coast in Australia. We're going surfing whilst there, but I've never done it, so anything would help.
Smart Murderer, I like that. Thank you for the. I don't know what time it is in Australia. I'm sure I could Google it. I feel like it's like late evening or something. We're getting a lot of people in Australia following in these morning shows. And it's funny, I thought everybody in Australia like knew how to surf. I thought it was like embedded, ingrained, like you came out of the womb being like, hey, I know how to surf. But if you've never done it before, there's one thing that you should do. You should grab the biggest board that you can find because it's going to make life so much easier. One of the most difficult things about surfing is the balance. And I worked myself down to like really small boards over time. This one is a 54-inch board. This is actually a surfboard right here, right next to me. I believe, I don't know if the vertical people can see it, but there's a 5'9" board over there. I know the horizontal people can see it right now. And this one that's right behind me is 6'4". But if you're going to be surfing for the first time, I would go like 10 feet and I would get a 10. Hey, I think we got a follower goal.
We reached our followers goal of 770.
770?
Thank you, everyone.
Look at that. Just one at a time. Growing and growing on Twitch. I appreciate that. Hey, another one.
Blind_surfers_vacuum just followed.
Okay, Blind Surfers Vacuum. All sorts of appliances and relatives of mine are following me on Twitch. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's at Pete Gustin. You can help me reach my follower goals. You can get your username said out loud. You can make me happy. Makes mouth happy. What was that Skittles jingle? I think it was back in the day. But yeah, just grab the biggest foam board that you can. Don't worry about getting on like a tiny little carving board and getting into the waves, and just have fun in the whitewash. Like I don't know, if you feel like advancing really fast, paddle out past the breakers and go catch some quote unquote real waves. But if you just want to have an experience of being on the water and surfing, just grab a big, huge foam board and, even walk it out. Like treat it like a boogie board. Just kind of go out to where the waves are already broken and shove it forward and pop up and stand up, and that'll give you a sense of standing. So that's a good way to start with surfing. So the second most expensive, and this has happened to me 3 times in my life. It's a little, when the bill comes, I can't fill it out, obviously. So whoever I'm with always has to fill it out. And it's a little frustrating because I'm 99.9, no, probably 100% of the time. Usually it doesn't matter. I can't fill the receipts out at the restaurant. And 3 times that I can recall, once with Banana and twice with another girl I was dating, they got mildly confused and saw that the bill was, it was like a $140 bill. And so they saw 140 and then wrote 140. And what they were doing was writing 140 in the tip line. So, and then of course I didn't realize until like the end of the month. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't remember spending $280 at Cantina. And it's too late at that point. You can't like call the restaurant and be like, oh, sorry, I gave you more money than I intended. Because they'll be like, well, too bad for you. That was weeks ago. It's already been cashed, and the person used the money and everything. The lowest tip was this was another one with Banana. We were on the South Shore of Massachusetts at a little restaurant on the water. And I think I just been like the dermatologist or something. And we decided to go grab some drinks and appetizers on the way home. And she paid, and we moved along to another spot, and the server came and found us. And good on this guy. I think he knew something was wrong. He can't, like, very politely, he's like, I just wanted to make sure that nothing was wrong with the service. And we're like, why? What happened was, how they give you 2 receipts, like customer copy and restaurant copy, I guess. Banana filled out the customer copy, and just kept it in her pocket, and then just gave him back. And for some reason, she got all confused. She signed the restaurant copy one and had no tip on it whatsoever. And the guy, good for him for standing up for himself. He's like, I didn't feel like I did a terrible job. I just noticed that there was no tip on there whatsoever. And Banana was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So she did. She filled it out and gave him a tip, and he got himself a tip. The worst actual intentional tip I ever got was I was at a Pizzeria Uno. I keep talking about Pizzeria Uno. It's a chain in the Northeast, Chicago style pizza. Girl I was dating and I went there. It was a Pizzeria Uno in a mall. And we had this waitress, if she wasn't drunk, she was hungover. And she never For the whole night, I just wanted a Sprite or a water or something. Like, I cannot eat pizza without some. I'm a type of person I like to bite, drink. Like, I always need some liquid in my mouth. I mean, the orders took forever. We were there for 2.5 hours just getting a pizza. And we were the last ones in the restaurant because she couldn't manage to bring us the bill. And I never even got a drink. She never brought water. She never brought Sprite. We just got our pizza and we sat there and ate the pizza and we just wanted to leave. Like, let's just go. Can we get out of here? And like, literally, they're doing like their, what do they call it? What do they call it at restaurants when they're doing their like side work? Like, everybody's like, they're putting chairs up, they're cleaning the floors and everything, and we're just waiting for the bill. And I actually wanted to give $0 to that lady, but the girl I was with gave her a $2 tip, which I think still made the same point. But 2.5 hours, no drinks. That was the worst service I've ever had in my entire life.
Unboxing.
Blonde guy
At
unboxing.
says in the job I'm in, I wish people would talk that fast to get to the point.
Oh, am I talking
At Rosa
fast?
says blind.
Blind. Oh, well, it doesn't.
Waylonvik says what are surfboards made out of?
PE, polyurethane, or epoxy, or foam, depending on which one you got. I think the one behind me, I don't even know. I think the one behind me is a PE. I'm not entirely sure. This one's just all foam and plastic. And I'm actually kind of, the thing that I'm like surprised about with surfboards is how ridiculously strong they are. Like
At Frank Wareham D9D says, have you ever surfed in South Africa?
No, but I've done a lot of
Atlas Stop
voiceovers in
says,
South
well, I never
Africa.
thought he went live LOL, the more you know.
I go live all the
At
time.
Nerva says no. Your
I've gone-
text to speech.
Oh, it's
Tatalrex says usually foam coated in fiberglass.
usually phone coded in
At
fiberglass.
Metro Rosa says they're
At
talking
Metro
about
Rosa
the
said
text
they're
to
talking
speech.
about the text to speech. See,
At
that's a
Joey PC
normal.
says he's not been.
He's not been.
Jesus is Theway 888 says yo my man.
Yo, what's up?
At Chancellor says my text to speech is 2.5
My text
low.
to speech is 2.5.
To
So
early
I'm what I'm doing is I'm trying to speak at the speed that the text to speech is going, and it's basically the same speed that I speak at, which is how I set this thing up, because I know that most people aren't used to text to speech. So, and I listen like way faster normally. Like, I listen to a much quicker text to speech, but I wanted you guys to be able to understand it.
Follower _ goal _ not _ each just followed.
What do you mean follower goal not reached? I guess we've got I think the goal resets. I think so we reached a goal a few minutes ago of 770, and I think the thing auto resets, tries to get me to 780. If you're on Twitch, it says the follower goal right there, so you guys can see it. I just know when we reach it, it does the whole like follower goal reached. Thank you so much, everybody. If you are following on Twitch, it's, I broadcast in horizontal and vertical, and on Twitch, it's literally, you just tap a button and you can decide which way you want to hold your phone. The horizontal, if PD hasn't been knocked over yet, you can see me and Steve and PD. And I was told it's okay for me to be broadcasting in the dark like I am here. Last night's show and every other show I've ever done, especially in the evening, we do it with all the lights on. I can, will it fire them off? So normally I'd be sitting in front of the lights, but it just seems like an awful lot in the morning.
At Chantella tip 20 Canadian dollars through Super Chat. Hi friend. Thank
Hello.
you for your videos. I am going blind and I am telling you, your videos motivate me. I've taught myself a lot of accessible ways to do things from you. Thank you for helping me feel human.
Well, that's nice to hear. I'll address that in a second, but I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on, like, so these are the lights, and if I can avoid it, I don't want to do that in the morning. It's way too much.
Frankster 2160 just followed.
Thank you, Frankster. I appreciate that. I surfed with a girl named Frankster. She's a pro surfer. I have a video of me surfing. Her name is Frankie Seeley, and I think her Instagram was Frankster.
The Alpha 1233 just followed.
What up, the Alpha? Thanks for following. Look at that, 2 in a row on Twitch. I appreciate that. Anybody else wants to come on over, you can join the party. The Twitch and chat is very lively. It's very interactive.
Toraxel just followed.
Toraxel, I've never in my life had 3 in a row like that on Twitch. So thank you. That's very exciting. Maybe we can, I had the goal. I wanted to get to 1,000 by the end of the summer. We're here. Oh, 4.
Total Wreck just followed.
Thanks, Total Wreck. That's a good username too. I like that one. We're at 774 right now. Summer is mid-September. I've got until September 20th, 21st to get another 225 followers on Twitch. I feel like 1,000's a respectable start, as I basically just started being a streamer. And let's see, yesterday I got some Israeli shekels. I got some Canadian money just then. We're getting money from all around the world. So this time of day seems to work out pretty well for the international crowd, because usually I guess when I stream at 6 p.m. my time, it's the middle of the night for the rest of the world. But glad to hear that the videos help. And yeah, when you're going blind, the best thing to do is like prepare if you can. If you go blind overnight, not much you can do about that. But if you have the time to prepare, and there's so much accessibility and technology out there that you can take advantage of, and life's never going to be the same, but you can still lead a pretty darn good life if you avail yourself of the technology and other things, just kind of teaching yourself how to get around and keep on functioning even after you lose your eyesight.
Boy 2855 says, yo, Petey.
Yo.
Does the TTS work?
Yeah, it
At
works
Joni
right there.
BC says babies.
Babies. Babies. Just throwing out the word babies. I think people like, yesterday, people like, hey, your text-to-speech isn't working. And I got all nervous. I'm like, oh no, I feel like it's
Boy
working.
2855 says the custom one lol.
Which custom one? I mean, you have to, if you want the other voice to read, you have to do $3 or more super
That smart
chat.
murderer says I'm from Tasmania, so I don't get many big waves, but the Gold Coast gets some massive waves like
Yeah.
Bondi Beach size.
Yeah.
It's also midnight RN.
Oh, it's
At
midnight
Metro Rosa
in
says 5
Australia?
Swiss francs is like $6
Oh, that's pretty cool.
At Chancellor says what's his Twitch nomin?
So I did good with the
Boy
Swiss francs.
2855 says remember I was making it?
My Twitch.
Waylonvik says people must not know
right,
you
right,
can
right.
turn the TTS on and off.
Well, I think so. So my username on Twitch, there you go.
Special Blind Ed just followed.
Special Blind Ed. That's a funny username. The username is at Pete Gustin. PETEGUSTIN.
Onagomu just followed.
Onugomu. And then I gotta. Oh, okay. So this is work. I actually. I might have to. It's gonna be hard to. Gmail. I'm just kidding. I'll put you guys up while I finish up my work thing.
Onagamu says one Gomu. It was pronounced wrong like usual.
Yeah, I mean, text-to-speech
Johnny
is
BC says
exactly
Petey is
brilliant.
laughing with Steve. Boy Jaming
More actions.
2855 says yeah I sent the thing to your email but you will need
Reply.
a seeing person to set it up.
Simple_side-eye just followed.
Thanks, Simple Side. I appreciate it.
At Serendipity says hi.
Would you mind if I recorded at least this one on my own, ... or maybe all of them, period? I can still get to them before 8 o'clock.
Simple_side-eye just
Jesus is
subscribed.
Kelly 188
Thank
says,
you.
Mr. Beast Lover Acorn Guy says
Appreciate
I didn't come here
that.
to be stared at. At
Sent.
Gurha says have a good day, gotta go, nice chatting with you.
Just trying to figure out my work schedule. Hey,
Onagomu just subscribed
At Naturosa
with
says
Prime.
That's TTS is crazy fast.
thanks, Anagamu. I appreciate that. Look at that. So we're getting followers and subscribers, and when you subscribe, you get a big thing of me riding a banana in my pool and the big boner sound effect, because it's very exciting. So I really appreciate that. And this is my alarm. Which alarm is this? What time? I have to hit stop first. It's 7, so it's only 7. I could do. I'm just getting a bunch of scripts coming in.
Mecha_roses just followed.
Thank you, Mecha Roses, whatever the heck that one just said. Text-to-speech is, unless there's spaces in there where it's supposed to be. I think that's Mecha Roses or Mecha Oses, something like that. One
At
of
Johnny
those.
BC says that's his normal speed on TTS.
What was I talking about?
At
I was
Chancellor
talking about
says I subscribed
text-to-speech.
over there.
Yeah, I
The
appreciate that.
one says oh wow that's really late.
Makes it so,
Seraphim 7808 says about 28 on Twitch.
wow. Jeez, how do we do that in the morning? Like, how are so many people awake in the morning? How are so many people awake? And I guess I do the same thing. I usually wake up and listen to a radio station in Boston. That's how I start my morning. Just kind of put that on and mindlessly listen to them yammer about sports.
At James
Because
Gardner PZ3RL says lol.
I
14 says that's late.
still follow
At a
Boston
change of
sports.
Act now says say some Jabba the Hutt voice lines please.
No, I don't do work on command. That's later. I got to start doing my voiceovers in about a half an hour. The other cool thing about my Twitch channel is I apparently have the greatest emojis on all of Twitch. You know, you got me with my letter opener, you got banana with a banana, you got Petey Penguin, you of course got Super Dog, so you have access to all those emojis on Twitch. I wonder, I'm curious when people use them. It doesn't read them out loud to me for some reason. I don't know why it doesn't, but I wonder if they show up on the screen when I'm showing you the text.
Says, did you do your voice warm-ups this morning?
No, I didn't wake up.
Hendrix 1733 says if a car is going the speed of light and you turn on the headlights, do they work?
I've
Blind
heard that
Surfer
before.
PG Sidekick says, what is your favorite no curse word?
That's a weird question. I would assume, geez, I don't know. Headlights at the speed of light. I'm not really entirely sure. And I don't favorite non-curse word, dingleberry like comes to mind because it's kind of funny. Just the whole idea of a dingleberry. I feel like I want to turn the fan. I'm trying to figure out what fan has been blowing on my face all morning. I was looking forward to doing the show without my glasses on, so you guys can see my lovely eyeballs. But I've had them on because a fan is just blowing right in my face, and I don't know which one it is. Hold on, I'm gonna lean way far forward. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it is. But that one's so far away. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I'm gonna have to deal with getting blown and having my eyes get all dry. Blown by a fan is what I meant to say right there. Hold on, let me put you guys back on. I get lonely. I get lonely.
Says, but Pete, if we see your eyes, how do we know if you're blind or not?
That's what Sarah said that yesterday. She's like, we can see your facial expressions.
Says, wait, did he respond to my message? I was distracted.
Well, don't answer a question when you get distracted.
2855 says Pete, remember last night, there was a dude making a custom TTS. It was me. I've got version 1 made. That's what I had meant when I asked if TTS worked.
Oh,
well, Rosa says mecha like a Japanese fighter robot.
You haven't sent it to me yet, so I don't know.
Stop asking for voices.
Oh, mecha.
If you persist.
Like a fighter robot. I get it.
Smartest murderer just followed.
Tomatus murderer? Is that a tomato murderer or a tomatus murderer? Did we like a creepy murder or a sneaky murder? I shouldn't even keep saying that word. We got a couple people who with that in the username this evening, which is a little interesting. So the person working on the text-to-speech engine was asking if the text-to-speech works. You haven't sent it to me yet. You'd have to send it to me, blindsurfershow@yahoo.com, or hit up linktree.com/Pete Gustin, and you can find any one of my other emails there. If you have a functioning text-to-speech thing you want me to try out, I'm happy to give it a whirl. So you got to send it to me before I can. Sorry, I'm getting another message in my other ear.
Says, is Optimismus technically a mecha? Add a change Uriak now says, oh, I'll stop asking sorry. Boy Jane in 2855 says, okay, I must have sent it to the wrong email.
Yeah.
Mattis says, Sarah, we don't need another law, Mate lol. BC says, thank you.
blindsurfershow@yahoo.com.
Sidekick says, Dingleberries is top tier, but definitely love Duck Plucker.
Duck Plucker? I never even heard that one. But yeah, if you can't figure out how to type in blindsurfershow@yahoo.com, and I don't know why people can't do it. I woke up this morning, I have 37 emails on blindsurfershow@yahoo.com, but the two people who told me they emailed me there
says Maddie.
can't pull it off. And I'm not giving you my personal email address over doing it like this. I was going to say over the air. This isn't really being over the air. But it's what do you use? Streaming. I'm not going to say it while I'm streaming, but you can access my personal email address that will go right to me, and it'll make my hip vibrate and my watch vibrate and everything. If you go to linktree.com/Pete Gustin, at the bottom it says contact Pete. Also has the address for my where if you want to mail stuff for Blind Guy Unboxing. So it's pretty darn easy to get a hold of me.
Love your videos and voice.
Thank you.
At Mecha Roses says, I love nincompoop or poopsicle.
Mecha, so it's Mecha Roses. Now I get it. I was putting that together. I had too many robot voices going all at once. The thing says Mecha Roses, but it's like as in a mech. I get it. Mecha Roses. I'm going to try and stick around till about 7:30. Thank you for the massive influx of excitement and followers over on... My eyes finally stopped being dry. I woke up this morning with dry eye, use Systane. Anybody recognize that? I'm the voice of Systane eye drops, and they actually do a lot of advertising on social media.
Says we have 28 in Twitch. Let's get that number up, y'all.
Yeah, I like it. I get all excited.
Says nincompoop as good as is no good, Nick.
No, you're a no good Nick.
Sidekick says I did send it exactly as you said. I did send it to both, and even with both of my emails, IDK. At Job1 says I love your videos.
Oh, thank you.
If
we can get
4,978 says hello, Sarah and Joni.
You're awake. if we can get Twitch over 30, when I get it over 30, that's very exciting for me.
At Metrosis says no clue why the TTS says Mecha.
Yeah,
At MXD says
who
I haven't
knows?
been in your live before. Didn't know you
Well,
did lives. Good to see
now
you do.
you're here.
Love your
And
concert, man.
hopefully
Keep it up.
You love my concert? Cool. What was the last concert I read? I'm doing concert
At
promos.
Johnny
I do a lot
BC
of
says James. 1 or 2 emojis only.
I do a lot of voiceovers. And yeah, I mean the emojis, like if it's a long string of emojis, I don't know. You guys can just look at them. I'm not sure how I feel. I never like going against the mods because Joni knows how to run this show. She knows what she's doing. But it is mildly annoying if someone does like a string of like 10 emojis and it's like smiling emoji, man in a tuxedo emoji, dog with a hamster on top of its head emoji. It gets a little annoying. But then, all I do is turn the text-to-speech off. All right, someone managed to email me. Let's see what this is. Yeah, see? This person figured it out. So that's the custom speech version 1. And then that's my bill for my trash pickup and delivery. And that's another bill for my trash delivery. Okay. So yeah, that person figured it out. blindsurfershow@yahoo.com. I will check that out after the show. Thank you very much. I'm interested to check out and see what you managed to come up with for the text-to-speech. I don't understand how the technology works at all, how it manages to pull them in from all the chats. Because, of course, I multi-stream. You can catch me on TikTok, you can catch me on Facebook, you can catch me on YouTube, and you can catch me on my favorite platform where I encourage everybody who is on all the other platforms to just, minimize the screen. Don't leave, minimize the screen, and then go over to Twitch and follow at Pete Gustin, because that is definitely where all the cool kids have been hanging out.
7808 says LT. Hey, friend.
Hey,
Kimbo
friend.
14 says I do a string of Twitch emojis, but only cause it doesn't read them out. It only shows them.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting that it doesn't show them.
7102 says that voice is really fast.
What up, Squid? It is not.
2108 says hello, how's your day going?
The one on this one is pretty
At
fast,
Joni
I
BC
guess.
says Xavier. He's showing you right now with text to speech.
Was someone literally asking how I do the comments? It's a weird time to ask it.
117 JM
Hey,
says
Metalhead.
good morning, Pete.
Morning to you. Thanks for stopping by. I can't tell you how many times in a video where I do something like that. Like the custom TTS version 1 from did it say boy or Boyd? Boyd, it sounded like. There's a video where that's happening. And then people be like, bro, how do you read the comments? Like, how do you read the comment? How do you get to the comment section? I'm like, how can you possibly, where is the disconnect in your noggin? Is your noodle broken? Is your brain mush? Like, how can you watch a video where you're listening to me use text-to-speech and then ask how I do the comments? And it happens not just part of the time, not just half the time, every time. Every single time there's a video with me using text-to-speech, someone goes, but how do you read the comments? I was like, my good God. I did hear that for the first time, the Department of Education did a study recently, and every generation for the past 70 years, as they went back and studied like basic test scores and comprehension and stuff, every generation has been doing at least slightly better than the one ahead of time. And objectively, this youngest generation, the newest generation, whatever ZYX, whatever the youngest one is right now, has actually taken a step backwards from the generations ahead of time. And I fully believe it's because of the access to information as opposed to just, being required to think things through in your own noggin. People are just so quick to ask ChatGPT or Google or something as opposed to trying to figure stuff out themselves. And that is, I feel like that is never more evident than when you're in my comment section. The questions people ask, I'm just always astonished by. But it's too early to be grumpy. All right. I'm not grumpy. I'm happy. I start every day happy. Is that what it's called, Gen Alpha?
Don't keep asking, talking about it. Taraxel says, I think people just want to rajabate you.
Maybe. I mean, possibly.
3741 says someone sensitive.
I feel like at least
says I slept okay, had a weird dream, but can only remember it was weird.
I feel like half the people are asking for real. At least half the people are asking for real. What was the good question? I missed the good question. And am I the sensitive one or is somebody else sensitive? It's not. I guess.
Says, I also think it's the brain rot.
Yeah, there's some brain rot going on, and it's people are like, oh, you're so sensitive about that. I hit the button right as she was answering. But it's it's one thing, when you have as many people commenting on your videos as I do, and you get the same question, like literally hundreds of, like a lot of times I'll just pop into the chat. I try and go in there for entertainment, for fun, to interact, to like make new friends and see what's going on, see how people are reacting to stuff. And when I start getting like the same question, like literally hundreds of times a day, it's hard to have it not make you go like mildly insane. It's a little, it makes you a little crazy. I'd say social media for the most part has made me happy, has brought some joy to my life. It's definitely helped me accept my blindness, relating to other people and stuff like that. But so I'd say 90% positive and 10% crazy. It makes me a little batty
Says,
sometimes.
can you just ban that guy?
Someone's getting in trouble in the chat.
Thiblin husband says preserve your energy. You don't need to answer every question.
Well, but unfortunately that's the format of the this show. But yeah, you're right. I don't need to answer every question. I feel like we've gotten better
My
about
name is
that.
Amber Harris 5580 says Gen Alpha is turning Gen X into boomers. We are tired.
My name is
Joni
Amber
BC
Harris.
says I'm
I
the
like
sensitive
that.
one. Apparently.
Oh,
Hate for
okay.
asking someone to stop being rude about text to speech.
Stop being rude. Well, I mean that's job of a mod. It's to mod. You know what mod stands for? Someone asked me that yesterday. I'm like, what does mods? I want to be a mod, but what does it stand for?
Says hope you plan something special for Banana's return.
Stands for moderate. What?
Says we are tired.
You know what I planned for her
I had a
return?
dream once and your voice was the one narrating it.
Well, that's pretty cool. I am going to clean the house. Well, it's kind of unfair because I had the cleaning ladies come yesterday, so they did the bulk work. But I actually got a replacement rug for the one that Skylar peed on and destroyed. And I'm gonna have to the hardest thing about it is I got to put it under the dining room table.
741 says I asked a question. There was no insult. Adcard Sousa says so it's a new day I got to try and ask Agent will you do a move into to get us over to Twitch? Did they say they pay you yet? A Twitch coming now to Twitch my flowers.
No, they did not pay me.
Jenks will never be boomers. We're too stubborn.
There's no, I'm pushing. Oh, is that what people think? I'm not getting paid. And look at the numbers I've got, 770. They are not paying me to get 770 people over there. But what Twitch is doing, as I'm one of the more well-known blind creators, on YouTube and TikTok at least, and even on Instagram, I got 185,000 followers, so that's pretty good. But as a blind creator who is successfully doing a stream by myself, it's just me and Steve here and Petey the Penguin, is what they're doing is supporting me with all their text-to-speech stuff so that when someone follows, the name gets read out loud. When someone subscribes, name gets read out loud. Hype train start, all that gets read. So their platform is extraordinarily accessible for me. And the accessibility team has worked with me, and they've promised to keep making it accessible and make it accessible for other blind streamers and stuff. Plus, they've been really good with the notifications. So if I have 770 followers on Twitch, every time I go live, usually 550 messages go out. Whereas when I go live on YouTube, out of the 2.5 million subscribers I got, sometimes they send out 30 go live notifications. So no, I'm not getting paid by Twitch. But they are supporting what I'm doing, which for me at this point is far more important. Now, if the voiceover business ever dries up, if I lose my voice, you guys are bye. You'll never see me again. So let's hope that never happens. But if something happens to the voiceover industry, then maybe I'll be like, please donate more money and give me subscriptions. But right now, I'm asking for those things just to kind of get the channel ramped up and get it going and be able to interact more like they're making it possible for me to do. So that's okay.
My name is
I'm
Amber
bad
Harris
at spellings.
5580 says Pete. You are so savvy.
Yo.
I am very impressed that you keep doing these live streams.
I'm impressed that they generally keep working.
If you pick what I say, it's like with. Joni BC says okay.
If you pick what I say, it's like
take
with.
Over your job? Oh no.
Oh Jesus! Stop fighting. Don't fight in the chat. Just both of you let it go. I don't need to listen to two people argue in the chat. Is unnecessary. Unnecessary to argue in chat. I had something else in my head and I was going to say it, and then that sidetracked me. I was talking about Twitch. I was telling you to follow me at Pete Gustin. I'm supposed to have a session at either 7:30 or 7:45. So sometime between 7:30 and 7:45, I'll get out of here. I wonder. Like a while ago, I was asking you guys, like what looked better. At this point, I almost don't care. Like it's more comfortable for me. Did I spin this thing around? I think I spun it around. Oh no, there's the. So like this is how I've done the show basically ever since I've done the show. Oh, it helps if I'm asking a question. It helps if I actually put the chat up.
Card Sousa
Chat
says good
is
movie, you played
back
that well.
up.
Tony BC says
So-
yes. We're all aware of Daredevil. Mattis Run says not for a while, JK.
Oh.
Onagamu
So
says
this
I
is what
thought
the
about
light's
getting
on.
into voice work. Any tips? Sarah Kim
Go to
7,808 says no
voiceuniversity.com.
light. Not needed at all. Kimbo14 says you don't need the light.
All right. Okay. So at this time, that's kind of cool. Good to know that so this is obviously with the light off.
Suburley83 says it's bright. Mattis Brun says
Yeah,
no lights
it's
in the
very
morning.
bright. Okay. So that's the vibe. The vibe is no lights in the morning.
Joni BC says you never finished your story about the bicycle tires. Sarah Kim
Oh,
7808
wow.
says,
How'd you remember
I
that
think
one?
It looks much better without. More natural.
Okay. That's good. This is Natural Pete, and Natural Steve. I thought I finished it, but so I had in the winters in Massachusetts, because I had one just gnarly. I had so many bike accidents. I wonder how many of my injuries that I suffer from these days, I'm constantly rehabbing, are because of the bike accidents that I had in Boston, where people opened their like car doors into me, fell into a manhole once. But I had a black ice incident where like, oh my God, like my bike just
went.
yeah, no, MTB, mountain bike. I used to ride a mountain bike. Well, that was another reason I would ride Steve jumping around about. I used to ride a mountain bike because there was, I couldn't ride like a 10-speed or a road bike because the tiny little tires.
Crazy memory?
That's pretty good. If I ever hit like any sort of like little obstacle, I'd get wiped out by it. So I used to ride a mountain bike through the streets of Boston because, like branches or just debris in the road to ride over it. But this dog, Steve likes belly rubs like he's a tiny little dog. He's like little dog energy, even though he's 60 pounds. But yeah, I used to ride Nokian tires. I wonder if they still make them. If you Google Nokian bike tires, but they had carbon fiber studs in them, and it was kind of amazing. Like I intentionally tested them out in a parking lot with a friend right after I got them. They had carbon fiber studs, like hundreds of them, all around the wheel. So whereas normally, if you were biking on the road and you hit a patch of black ice, I remember I wiped out on Beacon Street just really bad, and it was a hill. Beacon Hill actually. So I was sliding down, and I couldn't help it, and I started like sliding out into traffic, and a car was coming, and the car, it was ice. The car barely missed me, went into the other lane of traffic and got around me. I was like, holy hell, like I cannot keep doing this. The fact that I didn't die riding my bike in Boston is one of the more miraculous things that happened to me in my life. But the Nokian tires had carbon fiber studs on them, so it would stick to the, like it was like Velcro. Like you were totally like stuck to the ice. I put the air on this morning because, I wonder if I've been too hot all morning. I feel like was the microphone blowing up all morning? I had it up 10 decibels higher than I meant to. Computer, set upstairs to off.
I've set the upstairs to off.
All right. So that's the air conditioning that's like actually making me chilly in here at this point. So that's the end of the bicycle story. Man, I'm sorry if my microphone has been too loud all morning. I wasn't trying to blow you guys out. Let's see here. Is that thing still on? Is this thing still on?
Mattis Brun
There we
says
go.
audio is good.
Oops. Sorry.
Johnny BC.
Oops.
Johnny BC.
Every time I touch that thing, it starts having a heart attack and reading every message that's on the screen all at
Bogart
once.
the Great One says chili is better than hot.
Yeah, being hot is gross. But when me and Brooks and Nisha were on the couch yesterday, Brooks said when he left, he's like, I was just in a puddle. I was so hot. I mean, we had the temperature set to like 70.
14 says you sounded good all morning.
Oh, that's good. I felt like that where it was, I felt like it was going to be a little
Waylongic says
overmodulated.
I have multiple stories like that where it's like, holy hell, how did I not die?
Someone,
Rosa says you actually get your reach nerfed when you say other platform names. Most people use code words. JustMajoy124 says hello from Tennessee.
I mean,
Vahanara says studded tires are dangerous on dry pavement, especially on corners.
I guess, but these ones, instead of like sliding on the corners because they were carbon fiber studs, they would start to wear down. So they were like
Bong Hit Transplant says I'd much rather be cold. I can layer.
Exactly. Bong Hit Transplant. That's quite the username there. I'm going back to the other thing. I don't know if that's true. If you say the name of another platform on another platform, do they nerf your reach?
Saracom7808 says loved seeing Nisha last night.
Yeah, she had so much fun. I feel like it was fun to get her on here. It's nice to have someone on the couch that was excited to be on the couch. Steve just comes in here and sleeps. He's like, all right, I'll come and pass out next to you. Yeah, that was the thing about those tires, is that they would, you couldn't only ride it on snow and ice. Like, you're mostly riding it on the pavement.
12 says I like cheese. Do you like cheese?
Everybody who doesn't like cheese? You take a regular burger and you turn it into a cheeseburger, and it's just a better thing. But yeah, you'd ride those carbon fiber studded tires on pavement that start to wear down. So I used to have to buy them. Did I buy them every year or twice a year? I can't remember at this point, but they were kind of expensive. It was like $180 for a pair of bike tires. But it was certainly better than sliding on black ice and slipping out in front of a car. Oh, that's what I was going to say. You look back at all the instances in your life where you almost died. So someone brought up to me the multiverse theory where you can only experience the universe if you're alive, which makes sense, right? Like, you can't experience it if you're dead. And so all those times when you're like, oh my God, that was a close call, in one universe, that, where I slid on the ground and got in front of the car, in one universe, the car actually ran me over and killed me. However, I can't experience that universe anymore because I'm dead. So I shift over to the other universe where, my consciousness shifts over to the other one, where the car, goes around me and misses me. And that's why they say, like, that's how people keep living. Because you look back throughout your life, like, all of us, like, everybody's had a million close calls. And like, how can you continue to have a million close calls? And they say the answer is that you don't have a million close calls. You die constantly. That you just keep getting shifted over to the reality where you didn't die in that particular one.
What makes you so confident about this ice scrapping?
Modern mumbo jumbo.
Voice acting announcing related question. Do you avoid certain foods, drinks to preserve your voice?
Not to preserve my voice per se, but throughout the day, I don't eat chocolate. I don't have anything dairy.
Johnny BC says Gangi, no spamming. I will put you in timeout if you continue.
You're going to get put in timeout because the chocolate or anything like really sweet or anything dairy just creates like a lot of just like juice in my mouth. And then it also makes it difficult to access the bottom end of my voice. If I'm eating chocolate, I can't get down there for some reason. And I still, even though I've been talking for like an hour and a half, I still have to go do my actual vocal warm-ups, because they're not just warm-ups, they're strengthening exercises. But, that's something certainly doesn't help to have vocal health, but there's nothing, don't smoke cigarettes and drink whiskey all day. Like, that would be bad for your voice. Although, there's plenty of voice actors from the 60s and 70s who smoked cigarettes and drank whiskey just to get their voice.
Says it was awesome having Nisha and Brooks
to sound the way that it sounds.
Says uptime.
Uptime. What is the uptime? I wonder how long I've been doing. I think I started at like 6:05, and it is 7:24.
Johnny BC says good morning to all who joined us.
Good morning.
Bonghead Transplant says that makes sense. I used to do vocals in a hardcore band, and Darian Spice specifically really messed up my voice.
Yeah, Spice.
7808 says Nat King Cole smoked for that reason.
Yeah, I thought about it.
The hot dog says this podcast is amazing with January the Hut and Optimus Prime.
all of us here. Wait, what was the username? The username.
Saracom 7808 says he did end up dying from throat cancer.
Well, that makes sense.
BC says I feel bad for missing the show last night.
That's okay. It was fun. You can rewatch it. Well, we had 2 shows last night. That was a huge bummer. We did one for 25 minutes, and the stupid, technology, and it's not my fault. Like, I got this thing all. I've dialed this in as much as I could possibly dial it in. Whenever there's an issue, it's a tech issue. It's not. Oh, my very first morning show yesterday. When I went to grab the camera that I'm on right now is the same camera that I use for all of the videos in the booth over there. I transport it back and forth. I've got 2 of the exact same tripods. I take the tripod head off and I drop it into the other room. When I went to grab it after the show, I realized that it wasn't seated in the tripod properly. Like, yesterday's show must have looked like a 1960s Batman show, because it was on at least a slight tilt. I know it was. It wasn't flat in the tripod. But yeah, yesterday's show, 25 minutes and there's like 15 minutes of Brooks being like, Brooks being like, it's lagging, it's not working, there's a problem, it's not catching up. And I was like, oh, that's super annoying. I wonder if I still have it. I played a clip yesterday. There was this news story of a fisherman off the coast of Cape Cod in Massachusetts that fell off of his ship, and he had to tread water for 2.5 hours until another boat found him. And the audio, the video, the sound of the guy on the boat that one of the guys on the boat that did find him. I think I have it. I'll try and fire it off. But it's just, being from Boston, like I didn't sound exactly like this, but a lot of people I know did. Is just the Boston accent. So this is the guy on the boat that found the guy who fell overboard.
As I'm going up the ladder, it feels like, hey, it's either a seal or somebody's head. I see something bobbing in front of the boat, like about 200 feet. And I turn forward. There's the lime green shirt and this dude waving his hand, and he's bobbing in the water. And I'm like, that's him. He's right there. He's alive. And we were like, dude, we just started crying.
And we were like, dude, we just started crying. Like, it's so funny that it's just an amazing area of the world where people end up with these crazy accents and crazy speech patterns.
Says, I can imagine drums are a workout on their own.
Yeah, drumming Brooks is a drummer. Did you guys know that? Brooks is in a band. He's a drummer and a singer. He's the drummer-singer of his band, the Screaming Avocados.
You know who NY says at Bongit transplant you dropped your tampon use.
Whoa, all right.
Laura says Bobbin alive.
I feel like that.
Saracom 7808 says the Boston accent is not the most attractive.
No, it is not.
Johnny BC says yes. You know who? I'll ban you.
It's kind of off-putting,
transplant
honestly.
says yeah, it was pretty intense. I miss it a lot though. At Sputnik 1337 says just say you didn't see it was crooked. LOL, keep up the positive vibes.
I definitely did not see that it was
Metro
crooked.
Roses says you ever heard of the quantum coin flip theory? It says that every either or choice will branch into different universes timelines and there's infinite timeliness and infinite outcomes.
Yeah, I know. I can get like
NY says who cares you pussy lol.
Oh jeez, I can get buried in that stuff. You guys are gonna get into argument. You can't get into an argument with a mod. You're just gonna get like put in timeout or you're gonna get banned. So I would suggest not doing that. And also, it's morning, it's early. I'm me, like the least controversial person that you could ever come across. I get grumpy from time to time, but who the hell doesn't? I'm just a human, right? But like, who comes into this chat to like start a fight with someone? Like, what are you doing? I'm probably going to have to get out of here in a few minutes. Not because people are being grumpy in the chat, but because I got to start my day of voice acting. And let's see, it is 7:28. So yeah, I said I was going to do an hour and a half. And well, I haven't gotten quite there. I guess at 7:35, I will have done an hour and a half. Well, I'm just doing some math, trying to figure out what time I got up. And I think, so my plan for the future and going forward is to go back to doing my Tuesdays and Wednesdays when I normally did them at 6. So that's 6. So my show would be like this: 6, 6, 6, 6. So at 6 and 6 in the evening on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then 6 and 6 in the morning on Thursday and Friday. Now Banana's going to be coming in tonight, and I haven't seen her for 8 days, and I'm going to have to explain to her, hey, by the way, I doubled the amount of time that I do Twitch, and I'm going to be waking up super early tomorrow. Now, if it doesn't affect our life, if it doesn't change anything, she'll be like, okay, I don't care. I'm going to sleep anyway. But I'm going to have a talk with her about that. When you're in a relationship, you have to consider the other person. Like, how does my schedule affect you? But my plan is to be back tomorrow morning at about this time. It's not that. The only setup is like the stupid text lady. It's like a fight every morning getting her to start running and rolling. I don't know why. Otherwise,
for my day.
It's just flipping on the
Kimbo
cameras.
14 says yes, this is why I like Twitch.
Plunking down, yeah.
Card Sousa says my blind friend picked up a cheese grater and said, this is the most violent book I've ever read. Card Sousa says I told my blind friend I was seeing someone. He said, must be nice. I haven't seen anyone in years. Great.
It was just like the book of dad blind jokes, blind dad jokes, dad blind jokes, something like that. Oh, and here we go. Stop. All right, so that's 7:30. Yeah, I suppose.
Johnny BC says he was banned. Racism isn't cool. Thanks for clocking that for me.
Oh, yeah, that's not super cool. Don't be doing that on this channel. Don't do that. You're just gonna get banned. Oh man, I just gotta. That's movie trailer. All right, I've got 4 movie trailers to read this morning.
Card Sousa says I asked a blind guy if he wanted to hear a joke. He said, I didn't see that coming. William the hot dog says tomorrow is my little sister's birthday.
Well, happy birthday to your little sister, Mr. Hot Dog, or Miss Hot Dog. No, William the Hot Dog, so it's probably a guy. Though these days, you never really do know. I'm sure I could run into a girl that called herself William. I feel like that is 100% possible. But either way, happy birthday
Jumbo 14 says, "Oh, happy birthday to her, William."
your sister. All right, guys. I have to do a quick vocal warm up because I can't just go from this
At
into doing
Metrosis
movie
says, "Can you
trailers.
unbox the racists?"
I don't know how to
Jaraxel says, "What
unbox
movie
it.
trailers? My
Sounds
mom
like
and
that
I
could be
watch
violent.
movies together and need to know if there is anything good."
I
At
don't know.
Divine
I
Striker
just
says, "I got suspended on TikTok because of them people were making fun of me and I got banned for it."
well, that's not fair for you to get banned for them making fun of you. That's Blind Striker. That's the one who sent me the awesome blind guy cane. And I hope you guys sold 1 million of those canes. I'm talking about the lightsaber cane. Like I have never
At Wallaby
never
URK says, "At Joni BC, I'm literally black goo goofy performative cracker."
in my life been asked so many times about a product as that blind lightsaber. So hopefully you guys sold 1 million of those things. It is pretty darn cool. I get compliments on it everywhere I go. If I could sell half as many boxes of Blind Penguin frothing soap as people wanted to buy the lightsaber cane, I'd be excited. Yeah, you guys can pick up your boxes of Blind Penguin mystery frothing hand soap, mystery boxes of frothing hand soap at blindpenguin.com. Make sure to go over there and grab that. See if we'll do this tomorrow. See if Banana says it's okay. I'll hopefully be back with you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining me this morning. You can follow me on Twitch before I get out of here at Pete Gustin. I'm going to go say 1 million words for 1 million places, doing 1 million things where you can hear me in 1 million ways all day, every day, until I come back tomorrow and interact with all of you. I usually leave the chat on while I shut things off, but it seems like you guys are being grumpy. So you're all being turned off. But I'm going to, hold on, at least give you some music. I'm going to give you, not that one. How about, there we go. You can listen to that as I get out of here. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow. Hear you tomorrow.